Welcome back at Sunsplash TV. This is Pierre Tosi with Freddie McGregor, the living legend. My compliments for the great show.
Yes, thank you very much. I enjoyed it too,
So it's a very long journey, 50 years of reggae music, 50 years of Jamaican independence, and I think you're the best to carry this experience because you're a great singer of the Jamaican tradition. You did 3 volumes of the Sings Jamaican classics, and so you're a singer of the tradition. So how you feel this role of singer of the great Jamaican tunes of every era?
You see, basically when I started out, I wanted to become a singer because I admired people like Michael Jackson, Alton Ellis, Dennis Brown, Ken Booth. Those were people that I listened to all the time, loved them. And I wanted to be a singer. When I realized that I could become a singer, my goal was to make positive music. So if it was a love song, it would have to be the best love song. If it's a cultural song, then it should be the best cultural song. So over many years of recording many songs, now I listen back to a lot of my songs. I feel proud that I didn't make any song that I don't have to today say I shouldn't have made that song. So I think my work and my life and my time is what make people see Freddie McGregor as that legend, because I started in 1963 when I was 7 years old. Today I'm 56 years old last June, so that makes me 49 years. Now I'm in my 50th year of recording, and my new album comes out in September, and I'm current and I'm staying strong and I'm staying alive because a lot of my brothers have passed on too. So it is important for me to be here to continue that tradition and that legacy. So I have to be strong and I have to do what I have to do. I have to do the right things. I have to stay focused and help to continue this great legacy that all of us started, and hope that the younger generation will also pick up on this legacy and continue to make it great, because there are many generations, I'm sure, long after we are gone, this festival is going to go on with a lot of young artists too. So, this is just a process. For me, music is not about superstardom and being a superstar. It's about helping to establish this work, which is our great music.
Can you tell me something about your beginnings, because your career is so long and so incredible and so fruitful? So you were 7 in '63, starting singing as Freddie and Fitzy with Fitzy Wilson, and as member of Clarendonians, and then play drums and percussion and do backing vocals at Studio One. So tell me something about those days, like the vibes, the early.
When I first came to Kingston, I was 7. A 7-year-old boy does know a lot. Kingston was strange to me, but I came there with Ernest and Peter. So when I went to Studio One, it was like going to university for the first time, meeting all these professors and students, and I was amazed because you always listen to these people, Jackie Mitu, Dan Drummond, Scatterlights. So when I walked into Studio One, all these great people were there. Bob Marley had an acoustic guitar, and Sister Rita was hanging out around the back and stuff like that. So for me, it was really different and strange. I think Delroy Wilson was the youngest artist that I could relate to as a child at that time. So, after 1 week, Mr. Dad asked Ernest Wilson, where was I staying? And Ernest told Mr. Dad I was staying with his aunt in a place called Rollington Town, called McGregor Gully. And so Mr. Dad tell Ernest, when he's coming Monday, must carry my clothes. So Monday, Ernest bring my clothes to Studio One. Mr. Dad put my clothes into his car. Mr. Dad used to drive a Buick motor car. License plate AE231. Never forget that license number, from 1963. And so that Monday evening, I went home with Mr. Dad. Ernest went back to McGregor Gully. I went to Pembroke with Mr. Dad. So I ended up living at Mr. Dad's house with his family and his children, Sandra, Carol, Tanya, his son Donovan, Mrs. Dad. I lived there with them for a while until Mr. Dad boarded me out. sent me to a school on Hagley Park Road. And my life was just school, home, music. Go to the studio with Mr. Dad, he would drop records off. I wait in the car for him, come back, we go to the studio, open up. You know, go on the road, pick up records, give him lunch money. Freddie, check ND, which is his wife, Miss Dad. Get the tape recorder, study these songs until I come back. When I come back, we go in the studio, have all day, all night to get it right. So that in essence really helped me though to become the singer and the musician that I am today, because I had access to the studio. So we could do the harmonies over as many times as we needed to make sure it was right. When the musicians took a break, when I go around the drum set and fool around a little, when they walk back inside, he's quiet again. When Jackie me to leave, he play the bang the piano. When you hear Jackie come, you get up and humble again. Because you want to be in there, you don't want them to get mad at you and run you. So I was like the little goofer who Jackie me would say, because there was a little shop across the street, and all the musicians had credit with Auntie. Her name was Auntie. So Jackie would say, Freddie, go over Auntie, tell Auntie send 2 beer, a pack of cigarette, and take a soft drinks for yourself. Boom, run, go, come back in 3 minutes. The next person wants something. Look at Freddie, buy a pack of cigarette and take the change. Fast, come back. So I was everybody's friend. So when it was my time to record, Ernest was, of course, bigger than I was. So I remember Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer. Sometimes Bunny remind me still. Mr. Dad always have beer boxes because he had the sound system and music keep dance. So back then it was 2-track recording. The band would be on 1 track, the vocals on 1 track. You, the singer, can't make any mistake because the band will have to stop. The band can't make any mistake because you, the singer, have to stop. So when the engineer say red light, everybody have to be on target. So you rehearse the song over and over. So there was a difficulty reaching the microphone. So Bunny and Bob went for 3 beer boxes, stacked them up together, lift me up, put up on the beer box. So me and Ernest end up on the same height, and that's how we recorded our first song. And from then on, it just continued. It was just always recording, studio, the music, and I'm surprised because now, 49 years after, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm like, whoa, it's a long profession, but that is what Jah chose me for doing, so I just try and do it to the best of my abilities.
And the last couple of questions is, when you became a top singer, like doing the first album with 90 and at the same time the first collection for Mr. Dodd, you were, I think, a key element of your style is to switch from some very mystical tunes as like a Rastaman Camp to some covers very soulful as Brandy. So
you see, what happened is Jackie me too really liked my voice. Jackie me too loved me as a singer, and I thought I could do well. So these were people who I loved, and every chance I get, I listen to them. I learn something from them, because at that time at Studio One, I was trying to learn as much as I could. I was learning to put my diction together, because remember at 7, I wasn't at country with my mom going to school. I was in Kingston trying to do music. So I had to try and learn everything that I needed to learn.
Studio One was really like Motown.
It was a college. It was a college for me. All the great people was around, so you could learn. Bob Andy, Tony Gregory, the Gay Lads, you name it, everybody was there. So it was a great university for me to learn. So I just try and learn all the skills I could at Studio One. And then today, I combine them together and use them to produce the kind of music I produce today. Long live Mr. Dad. Love Mr. Dad.
And the last one about today, so you're a producer, you have a legacy, you have sons, being a skillful producer and artist. Tell me something about this new CD you did mention, so something about the inspiration and the tracks.
Yeah, I have not had a CD in about 9 years. My last CD was Coming In Tough. And so we've been busy on the road, touring, working here, there, everywhere. And Steven himself has been really utilizing the studio a lot, doing his production. Steven is signed to EMI, so he doesn't just do like dancehall and what he does. He has to make time to work with other artists as well. So it was a period where we had to give him some time, and I wasn't personally in any rush either. So the time was right for me to get my album finished, and they knew that too. So it took us a while. We recorded some of the tracks in England at Stingray, because Stingray is my family. They are blood cousins. So McLeod. So you know, we work a lot together over the years. We have great vibe, delivery. When we're in the studio, it's great. So we recorded a number of the tracks there. And then we've done a number of the tracks at Big Ship produced by Steven and Dalton Brownie, who has a birthday tonight. And we're going to cut a cake for him in a little while. He produces 2 tracks too, and we produce the rest. Leroy Sibley's, I went to his house, I dragged him in the studio, come, you must play some bass on this album. So Leroy Sibley's played 4 songs on the album. I went for Etana, because I had a nice duet that I thought Etana would be the perfect voice for it. And we brought her in and we've done one of the craziest duet ever on that album. I also have a collaboration with Gappy Ranks from England, young Gappy. Mad, crazy, crazy. So altogether, I'm not one to kind of celebrate my album or to speak highly about it. But I do think that this album is one of my greatest production in a long time, and I'm really looking forward to it. It comes out in Japan on September 5th, and it will come out here in Europe and UK in early September as well.
Will be out on Greensleeve, so
yes,
VP.
Greensleeve VP, and so you will have it, I'm sure. But it's called Freddie McGregor, the Captain. The Captain, and when you see the album cover, you'll see why it's called the Captain. It's all there.
Thank you very much, Freddie. My compliments again for the show and for the vibe and for your very wise words. Thank you very much.
My respect.
Thank you.
Love Valencia.
Thank you.